Life through a lens, take 1. This is the somewhat review of the Sirui Venus Anamorphic T2.9 with a 1.6x squeeze. Now, I made this video a few months ago now, but I didn't leave any comment. It was just a short showing you and showcasing the lens. This is definitely my favorite Sirui Anamorphic lens, not just because it gives you the most character that I've seen from one of their lenses, but in the fact that it just feels anamorphic when you're shooting it. As you can see, it's the blue flare version and it is pretty glorious. The blue flares are one of the obvious features, but the telephoto nature of the Sirui lens is quite rare. Now, I had a look and there aren't actually that many versions of telephoto anamorphics that are in the space of, say, budget anamorphics. It really doesn't exist. You may get up to about 100 or 135, but once you hit 150, it's a rarity. Now, there are a couple of 180 mm lenses, but it is almost 3 or 4 times the price you're looking at, around 4,000 for anything else in this price range of a telephoto. And the fact that the Sirui had a fire sale on the Venus series, it just seemed like a no-brainer. It was less than £500 for this, so it was a real steal. And in actual fact, I feel like it gives you a much needed look for anamorphics around this. At T1.6, it's higher than 1.5, but not as much as a 2x squeeze. Coming in at a 1.6x squeeze, it definitely gives you that character of anamorphics in any shot. You're guaranteed to have bokeh even when you stop down. Because of the compression, you're guaranteed to have some level of squeeze and stretch and bokeh characteristics in most of your shots, assuming you have a bit of depth and foreground elements. Unlike 35s or wider lenses, it gives you that subject separation. It really can pinpoint a subject. And because it's anamorphic and it gives you that wider field of view, it really does just create a isolated subject whilst giving you a lot to look at in the scene. And for composition, it's just a dream to work with because every shot is able to just give you depth and oodles of it. It is a bigger and heavier lens to work with, but for the look, it's worth the weight. And the weight alone actually gives you a bit of stabilization when you're using this. I shot this on a Sony a7S Mark III, which unfortunately doesn't have open gate, but even within a 16:9 capture, it looks glorious. And if you want to zoom in a bit, the lens is plenty sharp enough to be able to, although you may technically be losing a bit of resolution, I think it's made for full frame, so therefore when you are shooting, you're getting a very sharp image. So it's a very strange blend of having a super sharp look, but having that separation, but having the stretch. I think it works. And it's really easy to, if you want to degrade this and give it a bit more vintage feel. I didn't soften this up, so this is pretty much, other than the colors being graded, what you'd be getting in terms of sharpness. Even at T2.9, it's plenty sharp enough. Is this an all-rounder lens like you might find a 50 or 35 might be on an anamorphic? Probably not, but will it give you a identifiably anamorphic look? Completely yes. The flares are wonderful, not too sharp like some of the earlier models. It was soft enough and it gave you a nice look. And even when you stopped down and you got sun stars with it, I thought it really had a nice look. I love that little flare on the side it gives you as the anamorphic flare moves off. So pretty much anywhere I found you could point this lens, it would be giving you something that is storytelling or composition, and it was a pleasure to see it in the LCD, but I must say the weight and the awkwardness of using it is a little tricky. Thankfully, I'm very used to using the 1.33x squeeze with the 1.25 adapter, so it was lovely to get a very anamorphic look with just using focus, not having to deal with an adapter on the top of it. I did test the adapter 1.25x on top of this, which is a 2x squeeze, and that did look good, but it did soften the look down. But that's where I felt the pinch of needing open gate, because on a 16:9 sensor and shooting 2 times, it was a bit of a slither, and I kind of would use that very rarely. And because it also softens it down, it means when you then punch in, it gives you an even softer look if you didn't want whatever the ratio that kicks out. So in a way, I kind of wish that I wanted it for the L mount, because I could shoot on my X5 2X with open gate, but I wanted to use it for slow motion, and if I wanted the low light nature, it would come in handy on the Sony. So I did opt for the Sony on this occasion, but I feel like I could have another one of these on L mount for the open gate, or hopefully in future Sony, if they ever do, maybe they would release it for open gate on Sony, but hey, I'm not holding my breath. So these thoughts on this lens, it's not so much a review, but my user experience. The reason why I didn't initially just do a review of this is because I kind of think the shots tell their own story. Again, there's a slight bit of pin cushion on this lens, not as much as any of their other lenses, but I would have liked barrel, but it's not enough that you would notice it so too much in most shots, whereas some of their other lenses, especially their 20mm, it's pretty extreme. Whereas with this, I think it's the most all-round balanced lens. There again on the bars, if you see any verticals, you'll just notice that you might catch a little bit of it, but not much. Again, bokeh, pretty much easy to find in any shot and squeeze. So I'm very happy with this lens, and this lens is specifically for people who are after that anamorphic look. So, and maybe you could say who like a clean look. I'm very attracted to now going into Blazar, their world of anamorphics, because I do like a bit more character. Well, these were just my thoughts. I'm still using this anamorphic at the moment on various projects. When I have used this, I've been very happy. Again, the image quality is great, and even using this against some of the older Sirui anamorphics, I noticed the quality difference is just a little bit more premium on this. Not to say that I wouldn't use any of the others, but as mentioned, I do believe that this is Sirui's best anamorphic lens. Well, these were just my thoughts. I'm still using this anamorphic at the moment on various projects. It's strange that this is the lens that most people sleep on because it's so quiet. I don't see many people either reviewing or talking about it. But within Sirui's array of lenses, I think this is their best. This lens is still my favorite. So with that being said, I think I'm going to continue using it, and you'll see it pop up in some of my videos, so keep an eye out for it. I would definitely give it my recommendation. So thank you for listening, and please do drop any comments in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think of this lens and how it compares to any of the others out there. And if you have used any anamorphic telephoto lenses, please let me know, because it's something that I'm quite interested in and would love to see or know a little bit more about others on the market, especially those that are maybe in this price range. But to be honest, I don't think you're going to find another telephoto anamorphic 1.6x squeeze in the 400 to 500 price range. So that's all for me now. Take care, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye now.